Well, tonight, a profile of a Nashville man who, at just 16 years old, changed the face of a nation. His name is Bobby Kane. Bobby and 11 others were the first African Americans to integrate a Southern public school, Clinton High School in Clinton, Tennessee. A year before the Little Rock Nine, they became known as the Clinton 12. On August 27, 1956, Bobby Kane became the first African American to walk through the doors of an all-white public high school in the South, 2 years after the landmark U.S. Supreme Court ruling ordering schools in the South be integrated. A photographer captured that moment of a 16-year-old trying to brush off the hatred around him.
I admire this, but they just don't know what I had to go through for this picture.
Bobby and 11 others quickly walking through a line of white students and parents as they entered Clinton High School. It's one of the more prominent pictures at the Tennessee State Museum's Civil Rights display. 63 years later, Bobby remembers he had one goal as he made his way to the front door.
I can't speak for the others, but I'm sure they had the same thing in mind, just to get into school quickly.
What the 16-year-old endured during that brief walk was both frightening and demeaning, as some students shouted and taunted him.
I can't remember what they were saying. It wasn't good, and I tried to drown it out anyway. I didn't want to try to pick up what they were saying. A lot of that I kind of put away, put it in the back of my mind, but it was not good.
When he reached the front door, Bobby and the others were greeted by the principal. The hate he experienced outside, much to Bobby's relief, quickly turned to a welcoming smile.
I saw a smiling face, I'm sure the others did too, was Mr. J.D. Britton, the principal, which kind of lightened things a lot, and he welcomed us to the school.
However, during the days and months that followed, Clinton High was not a very welcoming environment for Bobby.
You go through it, no one's talking to you for a year. They just didn't speak, because if they had done, I guess, speak to me openly or whatever, they probably got jumped on.
A 16-year-old who cleared a path for others to follow.
I never thought about being a trailblazer, even at the time I graduated. Once I graduated, to be honest with you, I went off to school and kind of put it in the back of my mind and try not to think about it unless someone spoke about it, but I didn't talk about it.
He also never allowed the hate he experienced to take over his life.
Just be mindful of people and their individual ways as yours, and just try to, be respectful.
Now, in 1996, Bobby attended his class reunion at Clinton High School. He and his former classmates never spoke about what happened during that turbulent year. Too much time had passed, Bobby says. They only spoke of friendships.